फार्मूला। कोई फार्मूला दिया रहेगा, तुमको प्रूफ करना रहेगा दैट फार्मूला इज करेक्ट और नॉट करेक्ट। ओके ओके, you have to only verify that the formula is correct or not correct using mathematical induction. Okay.
मॅडम त्याच्यावर सांगितलं काय. हॅलो सर. हॅलो हा सर बोलो.
Understood? Screen is visible, right?
नक्कीच.
Okay.
अरे सर
Okay.
सर ऐसा नहीं है अभी क्या बोलो तुरंत.
Okay.
बोलो.
देखो, there are 3 steps for proving mathematical induction. First step is called basis induction. Basis induction means what? For n is equal to 1, p of n1 must be true. Okay. So what is formula? Let's suppose formula is n, pn. N is for any natural number.
आलं ना तू तेच बोलतो तू बाहेर करायला तयार नाही.
तो अगर कोई स्टेटमेंट दिया है वेयर स्टेटमेंट इज पी एन और एन का वैल्यू नेचुरल नंबर रखने पर वो मुझे प्रूफ करना ट्रू होना चाहिए, तो पहला स्टेप क्या है? बेसिस इंडक्शन। बेसिस इंडक्शन में क्या होता है? एन का वैल्यू 1 रख के चेक करेंगे वेदर पी वन इज ट्रू और फॉल्स। ओके, इफ पी वन इज ट्रू तब हम दूसरा स्टेप फॉलो करेंगे।
आणि त्या मॅडम पण घ्यायला सांगितलं. आणि आज नाही आज
Okay.
काल तेव्हा तुम्हाला लग्नाला जायचं.
तो ऑलवेज
हा
yes, this is part of step. This is first step. Second step is called hypothesis induction.
तिथे 7 वाजे वाट बघ.
For n is equal to k, p of k must be 2.
मध्ये काय बोलली.
And this step is called hypothesis induction. What is k? K is any natural number. And third step is induction step. What is induction? For n is equal to k plus 1, p of k plus 1 is true when p of k is true.
आज सर रविवारी इतके चुगल्या लावल्या सकाळी.
Okay, so this is true only when p of k is true. So only 3 steps are there from which you can prove mathematical induction. Any formula using mathematical induction. Okay, this is very important. You can note down this. तो मैथमेटिकल इंडक्शन का कभी भी प्रॉब्लम आए, वेदर इट इज स्ट्रॉन्ग मैथमेटिकल इंडक्शन और जस्ट ओनली इंडक्शन, यू हैव टू यूज ओनली 3 these basic steps.
नंतर मला कितीला 7 वाजता कॉल करते. तर तुम्ही कॉल केला होता मी झोपले होते. काम करतोय.
Noted?
अजून किती तुझी का एकच स्वरूप. त्यांची वर्ग समीकरणाचे मुळे स्वरूपात मुळांचे स्वरूप ठरवा. काय असते हे ठरवायचं. असं सॉल्व करायचं आणि रिझल्ट जर 0 आला ही इक्वल्स टू आलं तर काय ना समीकरण आता 0 आलं.
Noted? Okay.
ये प्रॉब्लेम है ना.
अब हम एक क्वेश्चन लिखते हैं. Prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to
उद्या एक काम कर पहिले
n is equal to n plus 1 upon 2, where n is
डबा घेऊ.
for all n belongs to natural number.
ओके डबा घेऊ. एवढं करता सगळं करू.
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 up to n will be what? n plus 1 by 2. This you have to prove by using मॅथमॅटिकल
ते
इंडक्शन
रात्रभर तू तिकडे केलं तर झालं. मी एक्झामच्या वेळेला
रात्र
बाय
नाही.
मॅथमॅटिकल इंडक्शन. ओके.
मी एक्झामच्या वेळेला तिकडे येणार आहे. मराठी 4 दिवस तिकडे येणार आहे.
So, see, first of all, you have to define what is the formula. Let's suppose it is represented by Pn.
पाच झाले.
कोणती आता कॉम्प्युटरच्या असं करून दिली होती का ती?
This is Pn. Pn means
असे का?
the formula in terms of n. Okay, n is natural number,
लहान आलं तरी चालेल.
right?
म्हणून बोललो
हाँ, तो पहला स्टेप प्रूफ करेंगे हम.
तुम्ही लग्नाला घेऊन जाणार.
What is first step?
कवीची एक्झाम आहे त्या दिवशी त्यावेळेला.
Yes.
मम्मी पहिला बोलते तिचं आहे.
Basis induction. Basis induction means the
Evo-
initial value of n.
Hmm.
Initial value of n is 1, right?
पास झाल्यावर फीस घ्यायला मला वेळ
So,
नाही.
when you put n is equal to 1, you will get only 1
हो, उद्या 10
in
तारीख.
left hand side, right?
नाही, रोड दिसेल.
And right hand side, put n is equal to 1.
संपला आता.
हम्म.
Right?
बोल.
One.
पास झाल्यावर सर बोले
Yes.
ठीक आहे, डबल घ्या.
So 1 left hand side is equal to
हा?
right hand side
त्यांना पण फक्त
For
ते पाच या दिवशी
n is
पाच
equal to
त्या
1.
दिवशी ते
You can say p of 1 is true,
ठीक आहे.
right? Now we will prove for hypothesis step.
त्यावेळी कमी दिवस राहिले.
Hypothesis step is what? n is equal to k. K is what? K is any natural number between 1 to n.
तुम्ही आल्यावरती पोटात दुखतोय.
Okay.
ते काढू नको.
K is any natural number between 1 to n. Okay. So you can put simply here 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to
तर येईल सगळं दोन.
k. Just replace n with k. And here you can write p of k is true. इसमें कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Always consider p of k is true by default. Okay. No need to write anything. Just only write p of k is true. Third step is important. Third step is very, very important. So what is third step? So n is equal to n is replaced by k plus 1, right? Okay, can you tell me what comes after 1? Right?
Yeah.
What comes after 1? 2.
आज घरी काय करतो?
After 2, 3. Right? After 3, 4. So what comes after k? So k, here k will be there, right? And you know from 1 to k, from 1 to k its value is, right? So here this value will replace by k plus 1 by 2. Understood?
हे दीदी फोन आला.
This is what p of k,
अरे
and p of k is what? K plus 1, yes. And the remaining term is k plus 1. What is common in both the term? Remaining term will be k plus 2 plus 1. When you simplify, you will get what? So you just only solved left hand side. You put left hand side k plus 1. And when you put k plus 1 in right hand side, what will you get? Very good. Understood? This is what? P of k plus 1. Right? Automatically you got the value of right hand side without solving. Right? So this is what P of k plus 1. You can write P of k plus 1 is true
बघ, मी काय होतो? तुझे confirm कर.
when P of k is true.
हा? झाले किती झाले?
Understood? So all three steps satisfies the condition.
अबे घर जाऊंगा
You can say P of n is 2. Right? So first step and third step is very important, but second step is useful for third step. Okay. So always in third step, second step will be used. You can note down this. First step is important. सेकंड इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर थर्ड स्टेप. थर्ड स्टेप में ही जो कैलकुलस करना रहेगा उसी में करेंगे. अंडरस्टूड? यस. सो व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट थर्ड स्टेप? ये लास्ट का जो दो टर्म रहता है, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. सो व्हाट कम्स आफ्टर k plus 1? K plus 2, right? But what comes before k plus 1? It is k, right? So from 1 to k, it is replaced by second step. And simplify this. You will get the value of right hand side. अब मैं तुमको सेकंड वाला क्वेश्चन बता रहा हूं. So always check last two value. Okay. So here you are given 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 is an odd number, is equal to n square. So here you have to prove 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to 2n minus 1 is equal to what? N square. For example, if you take n is equal to 1, you will get what? 1. So left hand side you will get 1 and right hand side you will get 1 square. 1, right? When you put n is equal to 2, 2 means first and second term. Right. When you put n is equal to 3, you are taking first three term, which is equal to 3 square. This is also correct. Right. Suppose you are proving with only mathematical induction, then you have to check only for n is equal to 1. But you are proving strong mathematical induction, then you can prove for n is equal to 1, 2 and 3 also. Okay. I will tell you later. So first step is what? Basis induction. Basis induction is what? N is equal to 1. P of 1 is true. How? Here I have already written. Right? P of 1 is 2. Okay. What is second step? Hypothesis step. In hypothesis step, just replace n with k. Don't write anything, just replace n with k. And what is k? K is any natural number between 1 to n. For all k belongs to natural number. Okay. Here third step is important. Third step is called induction step. What is induction step? N is equal to k plus 1. Right? So 1 plus 3 plus 5. If you replace here n with k plus 1, what will you get? Yes. So you will get what? 1 plus 3 plus 5. 2k plus 2 minus 1, which is equal to, right? Can you tell me what comes before 2k plus 1? 2k, no. Take again. You can see a pattern. Yeah, yeah. There is, so there is difference of 2. You can subtract 2, right? Minus 2 will be what? 2k minus 1, right? So before 2k plus 1, you will get what? And in second step, you have already seen that 1, 3, 5, 2, 2k plus minus 1 is what? K square, right? So this is replaced by, and a square plus 2ab plus b square is what? Right? When you replace here k plus 1, you have to already, here you have to also replace with k plus 1. So when you replace n square with k plus 1 whole square, you will get what? K plus 1 whole square, right? So automatically you will get the right hand side value. So you can say what? P of k plus 1 is true. This statement is very important. This you have to write anyhow. True only when P of k is true. So P of n is true. Understood? Can you show me which formula? Induction step, yes. No, no, no. Only three steps. K plus 1. This is last step. Okay. So you have to prove only three steps. First step, second step, and third step per k plus 1. Okay. Understood? तीन ही स्टेप करना है, नॉट मोर देन थ्री इन स्टेप। तो क्लास में तुमको कुछ और बताया गया है? सेम। डोंट वरी। ये यूनिवर्सल मेथड है, क्योंकि इसके तीन ही स्टेप्स मेन होते हैं। ओके। वन मोर एग्जांपल, 1 plus 2 plus 2 square 2 raised to n. Okay. Suppose this you want to prove. So first step will be basis step. Don't write basic. This is basis. Okay. So basis step is what? N is equal to 1. And this is what? Pn. Whatever statement given is, let's consider it Pn. 1 means what? Take only first step. Okay. So left hand side is what? 1. Right hand side will be 1 plus 1 minus 1. No, yes. 2 minus 1. This is 3. but left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Why? Because when n is equal to 1, it is not only 1. Why? Because you can see this is 2 raised to 1 and this is 2 raised to 0. Understood? 1 is what? 2 raised to 0. Okay. So we have to start from n is equal to 0. So when you put n is equal to 0, you will get what? 1 only, right? Yes. This is basis step. And what is hypothesis? Hypothesis means you are considering that a natural number n, uh, yes, how I understand n is equal to 0. Very good. Because always see the first term. Here you can see a pattern. Pattern of what? 1, 2, 2 square, 2 raised to 3. And here last step is 2 raised to n. So 1 is what? 2 raised to 0. 2 is what? 2 raised to 1. 2 raised to 2. 2 raised to 3. तो यहाँ तुम देख सकते हो here the power is n. तो initial value of n is 0. Okay? Understood? So basis step means what? Not n is equal to 1. Basis step means the initial value of n. And here initial value of n is equal to 0. Yes. For any k belongs to natural number. Let's suppose p of k is true. Third step is important. And this is induction step. What is induction step? If n is equal to, if for n is equal to k is true, then p of k plus 1 must be true. So can you tell me what comes before 2 ka power k? Very good. Sorry, this is for k plus 1. Na? So you are replacing n with k plus 1. So tell me what comes before 2 raised to k plus 1? Yes. And from 1 to 2 raised to k, its value is? Yes. So always replace with 2 raised to k plus 1 minus 1. And plus remaining term is 2k plus 1. Right. What is common? 2 raised to k plus 1. Suppose this is a. A plus a is what? 2a. So here you can write 2 into a minus 1. And you can say a raised 2 raised to 1 plus this becomes what? Understood? Uh, you tell me this is what? A and this is a. You know 2 into 2 raised to k plus 1. If base is same, then power will be added. Here base is what? 2 raised to 1 plus a. This is m and this is n. So you can say what? Right? Power will be added, right? Here 2 raised to 1 plus k plus 1 becomes what? 2 raised to k plus 2. Understood? And this is what? When you replace here k plus 1, you will get k plus 2. Right? So here you can write p of k plus 1 is 2 only when P of this statement is important. So P of k plus 1 is not true itself, right? So P of k plus 1 is true only when P of k is true, because in third step you are using second step. Therefore, you can say what? P of n is valid or true. Actually, mathematical induction is not used for proving false formula. Okay. So mathematical induction is always used for verifying correct formula. So for proving, or you can say for disproving the formula, you will use contradiction method later in the chapter. So there are many types of things you have to prove. First thing is mathematical induction. Second thing is direct proof. Third is proof by contradiction. Proof by contrapositive. So right now you are learning only mathematical induction. Mathematical induction is for only proving correct formula. It will never disprove the formula. Can you try this? It's very simple. Just like first example. ये ट्राई करो. Done? Yes. I I am proving quickly. Left hand side will be 1 cube. Right hand side will be same thing, right? 2, 2, yes. So first step is correct. Second step is n is equal to this. This is same, only n is replaced with k. Okay. Third step is very important. All the calculation part are done in third step. So in this step, what you can do? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, k plus 1 cube. So what comes before k plus 1? You can see 1 is increasing on each term, right? So here you can write k cube, k plus 1 whole cube. So from 1 to k cube, you are getting from step number 2, right? Yes. So from here you can get k plus 1 upon 2 whole square, right? Understood? So what is common in both the term? No, k plus 1 whole square. right? So first term will be what? K square upon 4, and second term will be k plus 1 only, right? K plus 1. Here what you can get? K square, do cross multiply, 4k plus 4 upon 4, right? And this is what? K plus 2 whole square upon 4. This is square. Understood? So you can also write k plus 1, k plus 2 upon 2 whole square, right? Here you can see, here this is what? K plus 1 whole square and k plus 1 whole cube. So what is common in both the term? I am sim I am writing here. Suppose you can write this also. Suppose you open the bracket, right? So what is the common in both the term? So you took k plus 1 whole square. So first term will give k square upon 4, and second term will get only k plus 1, right? Do cross multiplication. So cross multiply, yes, 4k plus 4, right? And this is what? A square plus b square plus 2ab. This is what? K plus 2 whole square upon 4. So you can also write k plus 1, k plus 2 upon 2 whole square. Anyhow, you have to change whatever you have in this form. Okay. And here you got, right? You can note down this if you not understood. Understood? See this question. Sum of A, R, J, where J starts from 0 to natural number n, is equal to what? A, R n plus 1 minus 1 upon R minus 1. R cannot be equal to 0. Sorry, 1. Okay. So you cannot take R is equal to 1. Yes. First of all, open this sigma. Sigma means what? Addition. And J starts from 0. When you put J is equal to 0, you will get what? Right? Up to n. Right? So basically you are getting anything raised to 0 is what? 1. Okay. Now basis induction will be what? N is equal to 1. Right? N is equal to 1 means you will get what? You cannot put R is equal to 1. Right? So yes, you can put R is equal to 0 because A raised to 0. Okay? No, no, no. That is for R. Sorry. when you put n is equal to 1, what will you get? A plus AR, because R is equal to 1. And when you put n is equal to 1, you will get up to here, right? Not only A, you will get what? A plus AR. Yes. Understood? Yes. So this is left hand side. Right hand side becomes A. N is equal to 1 means 2. Yes. A square minus B square is what? So you can write what? R minus 1, R plus 1. Understood? A R plus 1 will be what? AR plus A. And this is correct? So you can say P of 1 is 2. Now what will you prove? For N is equal to K. K. For K, just write only K here. Yeah, you can write. You can even write second step. Okay. Write your second step for N is equal to K. So A K plus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay. Third step is important. So third step, how will you write? Yes. So AR and AR K plus 1 will be what? A plus AR raised to K plus AR raised to K plus 1, right? So from A to A raised to AR K plus 1 will be what? And this is remaining term, right? Yes. So I'm simplifying here. Okay. So how will you simplify? Just open the bracket ARK plus 1 minus A, right? R minus 1 upon R minus 1 plus AR K plus 1. You understood? Okay. What is common? This is common term.
हाँ माहिती आहे सर. हाँ.
But here there is no denominator, right? Okay, uh, you want to take LCM like this. Okay. चाहे जैसे करो, you will get same thing. Suppose you want to take LCM. So here you will get what? ARK plus 1 into R minus ARK plus 1. Understood? So ARK minus this will be cancelled out, right? You understood how I am getting this? Okay. Now you are left with what? ARK plus 1 into R minus A upon R minus 1. What is common in numerator? And you know R raised to K plus 1 into R raised to 1 becomes what? Very good. This is what? Already what? नहीं. Yes, right. But you just only write multiply not with only r. You have to also multiply with -1. That's why you will get cancel, right? Okay. Finally, you are getting what? P of k plus 1. Understood? Therefore, done. Understood? You understood, right? Now this type of problem, see. You have to prove that n is less than 2 raised to n for any natural number, right? By using mathematical induction. Okay? So tell me what is first step? So 1 is 2 raised to 1. This is true, right? Therefore, sorry, not therefore. Okay, right. Yes, this is true. Second step is, yes. So k is less than 2 raised to k for any k belongs to natural number. This is also true. So always write in this way in the exam. Okay. Mathematical induction is very easy. Only representation is important. How to represent this? Third step is important, right? So how will you prove this? Okay. Okay. You know k is less than 2 raised to k, right? Yes. When you add 1 on both sides, you will get like this. Okay. Yes. So one thing is very clear that 2 raised to k plus 1 is less than 2 raised to k plus 1, right? And you know, and you know 2 raised to k1, 2 raised to k is less than, right? Yes. So how will you determine this? One more thing you can think. If you add 1 on both sides, you can get this, right? If you multiply 2 on both sides, it becomes what? 2 raised to k plus 1, right? And you know that 2 raised to k plus 1, right? Right? K plus 1 is what? K plus 1 is less than what? 2k plus 1. And 2k plus 1 is what? Right? Yes. This you want to prove first that this is correct or wrong, right? Okay. You are putting k is equal to natural number. Okay. So for natural number, yes, yes, for only natural number, this is true. That's why you have to always mention any k will be natural number. Right? You can put smallest natural number 2 plus 1 will be what? 2, 2. This is 2. Okay? Understood? So this is what transitive nature. If A is less than B and B is less than C, then A is less than C. This is also true. This is called transitive property. Okay, suppose you are younger than your father. Your father is younger than your grandfather. Then definitely you are also younger than your grandfather, right? Yes. This is valid for only natural number. Understood? So from here you can conclude. Here you can write by transitivity. Transitivity means by transitive property. And what is transitive property? If A is less than B and B is less than C, then A will less than C. How? One example. If 1 is less than 2 and 2 is less than 3, then 1 will less than 3, right? Understood? Yes. So by transitivity, you can say k plus 1, k plus 1. So P of k plus 1 is 2. Okay? In other way, you can think, no problem. Okay? How you are thinking is important. Anyhow, you have to prove this part only using second one. Okay? Therefore, P of n is 2. Yes? Because when you put here k plus 1, this will also replaced. This must be true for k plus 1. That's why third step is what? P of k plus 1 must be true. Right? Because in third step, you are proving for n is equal to k plus 1. So in second step, what you did? Just plus 1 on both sides. This is first one. Just multiply 2 on both sides. And by transitivity method, you prove what? k plus 1 is less than 2k plus 1. Two point two. Very important inequality property. If a is less than b and c is any constant, okay, c is any positive value, then AC will always replace with BC. Okay, this is important property. Not understood? Okay. One more time I tell you. Yes, yes. Okay, telling you. See, third step. For n is equal to k, right? K plus 1, yes. So k is less than 2k, right? Just add 1 on both sides. Is it clear? Okay, no change. Just you add 1 on both sides. Now you tell me 2k plus 1 is less than what? 2k. Can you write in this way? This is first equation, right? What you did here, just add on both sides 1. No issue, right? Okay. You multiply 2 on both sides. Okay. Can you write in this way? Okay. This is what? Second equation? Okay. Not second equation, right here. 2k means what? K plus k. Can you write? Okay. So k plus 1 can be greater than k plus k. Can you write in this way? Because you have already proved for n is equal to 1. So here k is what? Greater than 1. Understood? Okay. Yes. K is any natural number, but it must be greater than 1. Why? Because you have already proved for n is equal to 1. If it is greater than 1, then definitely k plus 1 is less than k plus k. Right? K plus k means what? 2k. Right? And 2k is what? 2k is less than 2k plus 1. Right? So if A is less than B, B is less than C, then A will less than C. Understood? Yes. Yeah. Uh, 2 or 3 questions are very standard, which you have to learn those steps. So here you got what? Here you can write what? If A is less than B less than C, then A will less than C. In your solution book, you can see here, they wrote directly. I explained that also. They wrote what? Just add 1 on both sides. Okay. They assume that what? K plus 1 is less than 2k plus 2k. Right? And replace this. Same thing. A is less than B, B is less than C. They directly wrote what? 2k plus 2k. 2k plus 2k is what? 2 times 2 of k. 2 times means what? Understood? So if you understand this, then you can write this. And if you understand this, you can write this. It's up to you. Only anyhow you have to prove k plus 1 is less than 2 raised to k plus 1. Right? This is n factorial. You know what is factorial? Hello? Okay. Uh, see. See, this is the question. Here n is equal to what? N starts from 4, right? So in basis induction, what will you put? Yes. You cannot put n is equal to 1. Right? You have to put n is equal to 4. Because when you put n is equal to 1, it will fail. That's why they start with n is equal to 4. Four factorial is what? 24, na? And this is, yes. So P of 4 is equal to true. Why you find P of 4? Because initial value of n is equal to 4. After 4, 5, 6, when whatever you put, you will get true value. Okay? Yes. Now, second step is common. Right? Now what you can do? Yes. Okay. You know what? Right. Multiply 2 on both sides. Okay. So left hand side becomes what? 2k plus 1. This is not 2k. 2 into k factorial. Very important. 2 into k factorial is different for 2k factorial, right? Yes. Now what you can say? And this is what? 2k factorial is what? K factorial plus k factorial. And you know, k factorial plus k factorial is what? Less than k plus 1 factorial is less than what? K factorial plus k factorial, right? So same thing, if 2 raised to k plus 1, say this. 2k factorial can also be written as k factorial plus k factorial, right? So you can write what? K factorial plus 1 is less than what? Right? Yes. Yes. And whatever you put the value of k which is greater than 4, you will get always true, right? So if a is less than b is less than c, indirectly you can say a is less than c, right? One minute. You have to prove 2k plus 1 is less than what? K plus 1 factorial, right? So, okay. They wrote directly. 2k factorial is what? Less than 2k plus 1 factorial, right? You can check for k is equal to 5. And this is true, right? So indirectly you can write what? Okay. Sorry. Yes. I forgot because we have to prove 2k plus 1 is k plus 1 factor, whole factor. I thought we have to prove k factor plus 1. इसलिए मैंने क्वेश्चन को फिर से देखा. Then I realized that we have to prove this part. Okay. Then no need to write k factorial plus k factorial. Very good question. Summation from 0 to n. It means you have to put n is equal to 0 for basis induction. Okay. So tell me what is for basis induction? Not 1, 0. Okay. बिकॉज इनिशियल वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 0। ये हमेशा n का इनिशियल वैल्यू होता है, ये n का लास्ट वैल्यू होता है। ओके, सो फॉर n इज इक्वल टू 0, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड बिकम्स 0 plus 1 whole square, 1, right? And right hand side becomes 0 plus 1 is 1, 1, 3 upon 3. 3, 3 cancel, which is equal to 1. Okay? Okay. Yes. Okay. So, one more thing you can write what? You can also put in, okay, this form. Now, when you put I is equal to 0, you will get 1 square. When you put I is equal to 1, you will get what? 3 square. When you put I is equal to 2, you will get what? Right? No, no, no. Yes, 5 square. Understood? Is it clear? So when you put n is equal to 1, when you put n is equal to 1, you will get what? Two k plus 1 whole square. Yes, 1 into 2 is 2 plus 1, 3, 3 square. Right? Okay. For third step is 1 square, 3 square, 5 square. When you put n is equal to k plus 1, what will you get? 2k plus 3 whole square, right? Right? You can simplify here. 2k plus 2 plus 1 is 3, right? Yes. So what comes before 2k plus 3? Yes. So from 1 to 2k plus 1 is k plus 1, 2k plus 1, 2k plus 3, right? It's not running. Yes. Okay. What is common in both the term? Yes. So take 2k plus 3 common. सो 2k +3 कॉमन, तो क्या मिलेगा तुम्हें? k+1, 2k+1 होल स्क्वायर, वन एक वैल्यू आगे चला गया ना, तो आई टू कैल्शियम राइट डायरेक्टली, अंडरस्टूड? ओपन द ब्रैकेट, okay, when you open the bracket what you are getting? k square
सिलेबस दिखाया सर।
प्लस k प्लस 3k,
जो पोर्शन पढ़ाना है वो पता है।
राइट? I wrote directly here is you will get what 6k plus 9. Okay, so can I delete this? This is not important. Okay, now what you will get? You get 2k plus 3 upon 3, right? 2k square 3k plus 6k becomes 9k. 9k plus sorry 9 plus 1 is what? 10. Okay, तुमको इसका फैक्टर करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो हाउ विल यू डू फैक्टर? Yeah, very good. 5 plus 4 9. तो 2k स्क्वायर 5k प्लस 4k प्लस 10. Yes. So when you take common k, 2k plus 5, right? Okay. And here 2 is common. So what will you get? 2k plus 5. Yes, yes. Right? So you will get what? K plus 2. I write in order. K plus 2. And what you are getting? 2k plus 3. Yes. 2k plus 3. And then 2k plus 5. And when you put here k plus 1, you will get same thing. You can check, right? And denominator is same, 3. This is what? P of k plus 1, right? You can check. When you put here k plus 1, you will get what? K plus 2, right? When you put here k plus 1, you will get what? 2k plus 3. And when you put here k plus 1, you will get what? 2k plus 5. Understood? So this is what? P of k plus 1. So always write P of k plus 1 is 2. So write here P of k plus 1 is 2. This is very important statement. Is 2 only when P of k is 2. Understood? Yes. So write this also. And in the last, always write P of n is 2. थर्ड स्टेप इज इम्पोर्टेंट. थर्ड स्टेप में ही कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ता है. ओके. फाइनल स्टेटमेंट राइट P of n is 2. You can also write final state is what? Write this statement is 2. Final state is what? Therefore, P of n is 2. Right only. Okay. Yes. I think you understood. You can note down.